How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow? How many mornings have you opened your eyes with a goal in your mind, only to spend the next few hours thinking, planning, doubting, and waiting? Enough. You do not need another perfect plan. You do not need another week to prepare. You do not need permission to become the person you know you can be. You need to move. Because while you are thinking about taking action, someone else is already taking it. While you are worrying about failing, someone else is failing, learning, getting back up, and moving forward. And understand this, you are never going to feel completely ready. Your mind will always give you another reason to wait, or another excuse, another fear, another problem to solve. But life does not reward the person who thinks the longest. Life rewards the person who gets up and does the work. So this morning, make a decision. Stop asking, what if I fail? Start asking, what happens if I never try? Because the pain of discipline is temporary. The pain of regret can stay with you for years. You have another morning, another chance, another opportunity to prove to yourself that you are not going to remain the same person. So get up, put the phone down, clear your mind, and take the first step. Not tomorrow, not someday. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. You keep telling yourself that you will start when the time is right, when you have more money, when you have more confidence, when you know exactly what to do, when you feel motivated. But here is the truth. The perfect moment is never coming. There will always be something that makes you uncomfortable. There will always be another problem, another responsibility, another reason to wait. If you keep waiting until everything feels perfect, you can waste years standing in the same place while your goals remain nothing more than ideas inside your head. Think about how many opportunities you have already delayed because you were afraid of making the wrong decision. Maybe you wanted to start something new, but you kept thinking about all the ways it could fail. Maybe you wanted to change your life, but you convinced yourself that tomorrow would be a better day. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next month. And suddenly, another year has passed. You do not need to know every step before taking the first one. You only need enough courage to move forward. Start with what you have. Start where you are. Start before you feel ready. The first step might be small. It might feel uncomfortable. It might even feel insignificant. But small action is still action. Your confidence will not appear before you begin. It will grow because you began. Every time you take action despite fear, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought. So stop waiting for perfect conditions. They do not exist. Your life is happening right now, and the decision to move forward can begin with one simple action. Overthinking turns simple problems into impossible ones. Sometimes the biggest thing standing between you and your goal is not failure. It is your own mind. You take one small problem and think about it again and again until it feels 10 times bigger than it really is. You think about what could go wrong. You imagine people judging you. You worry about making the wrong choice. You replay old mistakes and create problems that have not even happened yet. And while your mind is busy creating fear, your life is standing still. Overthinking feels like work, but most of the time it is not progress. Thinking can help you make a smart decision, but there comes a moment when you have to stop analyzing and start moving. Imagine you want to start going to the gym. You think about which gym to choose, what workout plan to follow, what clothes to wear, whether people will notice you, and whether you'll be able to stay consistent. You spend 2 weeks thinking about it while someone else simply walks through the door and starts. That person may not have the perfect plan, but they are already learning through experience. You do not need to solve your entire future today. You only need to handle the next step. If you make a mistake, learn from it. If something does not work, change your approach. If you feel afraid, move anyway. Your mind will always find another reason to hesitate if you allow it. Sometimes the answer is much simpler than you think. Stop creating 10 problems in your head and deal with the one problem directly in front of you. Take the step. Learn as you go. Let action give you the answers that thinking alone never will. Action creates confidence. You keep waiting to feel confident before you take the first step, but that is where most people get stuck. They think confidence has to come first. They believe they need to feel strong, fearless, and completely ready before they can begin. But real confidence does not work that way. Confidence is built through action. Think about the first time you did something difficult. Maybe you spoke in front of people, started a new job, entered a gym, learned a new skill, or made a decision that scared you. You probably did not feel completely confident at the beginning. You were nervous because you had never done it before, but you did it anyway. And after doing it once, it became a little easier. Then you did it again. Slowly, you started trusting yourself. That trust became confidence. Every action you take gives your mind evidence that you are capable. Every difficult task you complete tells you, I can handle this. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you become stronger. You do not build confidence by sitting alone and imagining success. You build it by showing up when you do not feel like showing up. You build it by taking the uncomfortable step, making mistakes, learning, and trying again. Maybe you are waiting for motivation to appear. Maybe you are waiting for fear to disappear. Stop waiting. Move while you are afraid. Start while you are uncertain. Work while you are tired. You do not need massive action today. You need honest action. Make the call. Write the first page. Start the workout. Apply for the opportunity. Have the difficult conversation. The moment you take action, something changes. You stop seeing yourself as someone who only talks about change and start becoming someone who actually creates it. Your future is built by what you do today. Your future is not created by one big decision. It is created by the small choices you make when nobody is watching. Every morning, you get another chance to decide what kind of person you are going to become, and most people do not realize how powerful that choice really is. You might think one lazy morning does not matter, one missed workout does not matter, 1 hour wasted on your phone does not matter, one day without working towards your goal does not matter, but those small moments become habits, and habits become your life. If you spend every morning making excuses, delaying important work, and giving your attention to things that do not matter, you are quietly building a future you may not even want. But if you wake up and choose discipline, even when you do not feel motivated, you begin creating something different. You do not need to change your entire life today. You just need to make better choices than you made yesterday. Read the book, do the workout, finish the task, learn the skill, save the money, make the call, take the opportunity you have been avoiding. It may not feel important right now, but your future self will live with the results of what you choose today. Think about the person you wanted to become 6 months from now. Stronger, smarter, more disciplined, more successful, more confident. That person is not created someday in the future. That person is created by what you do this morning, what you choose this afternoon, and what you refuse to postpone tonight. Every action is a vote for the person you are becoming. So make today's actions count. Fear is normal, but letting it control you is a choice. Fear is going to show up. It does not matter how strong you become, how successful you get, or how much experience you have. There will always be moments when your heart beats faster, your mind starts asking questions, and a small voice tells you to stop. That does not mean you are weak. It means you are human. The problem is not feeling fear. The problem is allowing fear to make your decisions for you. Think about the things you want most in your life. Maybe there is a business you want to start, a skill you want to learn, a person you need to talk to, or a goal you keep delaying. What is stopping you? Most of the time, it is not a lack of ability. It is fear. Fear of failure. Fear of embarrassment. Fear of rejection. Fear of what people might say. But ask yourself something honestly. What will happen if you keep choosing comfort? You may avoid failure, but you will also avoid growth. You may avoid rejection, but you will also miss opportunities. You may protect yourself from embarrassment, but you will never discover what you are capable of becoming. Courage does not mean you have no fear. Courage means you feel the fear and still take the step. Your hands can shake while you make the decision. Your voice can feel uncertain while you speak. Your mind can tell you to turn around while you keep walking. You do not have to defeat fear before you act. Sometimes you defeat fear by acting. The next time fear tells you to wait, listen carefully, take a breath, and ask yourself whether that fear is protecting your future or protecting your comfort. Then move. Morning is your chance to take control before the world distracts you. The way you start your morning can change the way you experience your entire day. Before the messages arrive, before the noise begins, before other people start asking for your time and attention, you have a small window where you can decide what matters to you. Most people give that window away. They wake up, grab their phone, scroll through endless posts, check messages, watch other people's lives, and fill their minds with noise before they have even thought about their own goals. Then they wonder why they feel distracted, tired, and unmotivated. You do not have to start your day that way. You can wake up and choose yourself first. You do not need an extreme morning routine. You do not need to wake up at 4 in the morning or spend hours doing complicated tasks. You simply need a few minutes of intention. Get out of bed, drink some water, move your body, think about what needs to be done today. Pick the most important task and decide when you are going to do it. Then do not negotiate with yourself. Because once the day gets busy, your attention will be pulled in 100 different directions. People will need things from you. Notifications will appear. Problems will come up. Your energy will change. That is why the morning matters. It gives you a chance to act before distractions take control. Even if yesterday was terrible, this morning gives you another opportunity. You can choose discipline instead of delay. You can choose progress instead of endless scrolling. You can choose to spend the first part of your day building your life instead of watching someone else live theirs. Protect those first moments. Use them to remind yourself what you are working toward, and then take one meaningful action before the world gets loud. Make one decision today and move. You do not need to have your entire life figured out this morning. You do not need to know exactly where you will be 5 years from now. Sometimes you are simply standing at a point where you need to make one decision and take one step forward. That decision could be simple. You might decide to stop wasting 2 hours every morning on your phone. You might decide to start exercising. You might decide to apply for the job you keep thinking about. You might decide to learn the skill you have been postponing. You might decide to finally finish something you started months ago. The decision itself may only take a few seconds, but what you do after that decision matters. Too many people make promises to themselves and then break them the moment things become uncomfortable. They say, tomorrow I'll do it. Then tomorrow arrives and the same excuse appears. Break that cycle. Choose one thing today and give it your full attention. Do not worry about everything else. Do not create a list of 20 goals that you will abandon by the end of the week. Pick one meaningful action and complete it. If you said you were going to work out, work out. If you said you were going to study, sit down and study. If you said you were going to start the project, open the file and begin. You are not trying to become a completely different person in one morning. You're proving to yourself that your words have meaning. Every time you make a decision and follow through, you build self-respect. You become someone who can trust yourself. So when you wake up today, do not spend the entire morning asking what you should do. Choose one thing that moves your life forward and start before your mind has enough time to talk you out of it.